Hi guys, welcome back. In this video, we are looking at this problem from rotational mechanics. So it's been a while since I uploaded the video on YouTube. So you guys just pause the video and try it for 10 to 15 minutes and look at the solution. So the problem says we have a solid and rigid sphere of mass small m, 80 kg and radius capital R equals 0.2 meter is spin about a horizontal axis at an angular speed of omega and then dropped without an initial speed onto a stationary cart of capital M equals 200 kg from a height h equals 1.24 meter. It hits the cart exactly at the center. The longitudinal axis of the cart lies in the plane of rotation. The cart can roll smoothly. Its deformation in the collision is perfectly elastic and the collision is momentary. The sphere keeps sliding throughout the entire duration of the sphere in the collision. The coefficient of kinetic friction between the sphere and the cart is 0.1. So the sphere rebounds from the cart and falls back onto it again. So we have to find what is the minimum possible length of the cart and what is the minimum possible initial angular speed of the sphere and how much mechanical energy is dissipated in each of the first and second collision. So first we analyze the vertical motion of the sphere. So the velocity, it's just before the collision, it has a v1 velocity, so we can write v1 equals root 2 gh, as the height is also given. So after the collision it has equal velocity upwards as well. So why? Because the collision is perfectly elastic. So first we write momentum along y-axis. So the change in momentum along y-axis equals 2mv1. So we assume this as equation 1. So alright, so now we write horizontal impulse. So the friction provides an horizontal impulse, so at the collision, at the time of collision. So and the normal force is also impulsive here. So the both forces acts for a short interval of time. So the friction provides a velocity v2 for the sphere and the cart moves backwards with the velocity v3. So equal and opposite forces on cart as well, the friction. Okay, so now we write impulse momentum equation along x-axis, what the friction provided. So the change in momentum along x-axis equals integral f dot dt from 0 to delta t. So and the normal as well, the change in momentum along y-axis equals integral n dot dt from 0 to delta t time. Okay, so from this, after integrating this, we can find normal equals delta py upon delta t. So after integrating change in momentum along x-axis, we get f dot delta t. So after substituting in the place of friction mu times normal, we get finally the change in momentum along x-axis equals 2 mu m times v1. Okay, so now we write momentum equation along x-axis for the system here. So the system is sphere plus cart. Okay, so capital M times v3 equals small m times v2. So the sphere moves rightwards with the velocity v2 and the cart moves backwards with the velocity v3. Okay, so from this we can find the velocity of the cart equals small m upon capital M times v2. Okay, we assume this as equation 5. Okay, now we write equation for along x-axis for the sphere momentum equation. So the change in momentum along x-axis equals small m times v2. So for after substituting momentum along x-axis, we get velocity of v2 here, 2 mu times v1. Okay, so finally we find it here velocity of sphere at the time of collision. Okay, so it has a velocity rightwards as well as in y direction. Okay, so that's why its path is projectile motion, a parabolic path. So its range is d1, as the cart is also moving backwards, so it covers distance d2. So the total distance d1 plus d2, that equals l by 2. From this we can find minimum length of the cart. Okay, so for finding this range, okay, we write equation for time of flight. Okay, so time of flight equals 2v1 upon g. So after substituting the values, we get time of flight equals 1 second. So d1 equals v2 times t, as we know, horizontal velocity into time of flight. Okay, so after substituting the values, we get d1 equals 8 mu gh. Okay, so the sphere moved distance d2. So for finding d2, we just multiplied v3 times t. So after substituting values of v3 and time of flight, we get d2 equals small m upon capital M times 8 mu gh. So we are just equating L by 2 equals d1 plus d2. So from this we can find L equals 16 mu g h times small m plus capital M upon capital M. So we have successfully found the answer of first part. So the second part asks that what is the minimum possible initial angular speed of the omega. Okay, the sphere, okay, in fact. Okay, so to find the minimum initial angular speed velocity, initial angular velocity of the sphere, so we just use two steps here. First we use instantaneous axis of rotation, and we just used angular impulse here. So at the time of collision, it has a velocity v2 and the cart has velocity v3. So the point P is instantaneous axis of rotation. So it has a velocity, relative velocity. We write just v2 plus v3. You all know how to write relative velocity. Okay. So after collision, it has a angular speed omega 2. Okay. So we just write omega 2 equals v relative upon capital R. So after substituting the values of v2 and v3, we got here omega 2 equals 2 mu small m plus capital M upon capital M times R into root 2 gh. Okay. In the second part, we assume this as equation 1. So now we write the equation for angular impulse. So as we know, what is the angular impulse here? Tau times dt equals change in angular momentum. We just integrating from 0 to delta t and integrating angular momentum from L initial to L final. We just put here minus symbol. Why? Because the friction is continuously stopping the rotation and provides it for sliding. Okay, so that's why we keep here minus symbol. Okay, so after integrating, we can write torque equals friction times radius. We write torque equation about center of mass. So and after integrating from L initial to L final, after multiplying with minus here, so we get L initial minus L final. Okay, after substituting all the values here, so delta t terms is cancelled here. So I times omega 1 minus omega 2. So as we know, moment of inertia of the sphere about center of mass is 2 by 5 mr square ptz, and omega 1 minus omega 2. From this we find value of initial angular speed of omega. This is the minimum value, okay, that we came is 19.5 radian per second. So the next part C asks that how much mechanical energy is dissipated in each of the first and second collision. So you guys just solve this and comment in the comment box. So I'll check it and I'll comment, I will reply it. Okay, yeah, if you like the video, don't like to subscribe guys. Yeah, thanks for watching.